And we are back with another Boss Bus Between the Cheeks Moose Knuckle Extravaganza. Bonanza. With a panda.
Where's the panda?
He's hiding.
Oh,
Panda wearing sandals.
Yep, a panda and sandals in the Bahamas.
in Bahamas.
Yep. It's like when T-Pain rhymed mansion with Wisconsin. And it was like a #1 hit. It was crazy.
It was a good song.
We are back with the one and the only
Little one.
Moose. How you doing?
Doing good.
That's good to hear. How you doing, Patrick?
How am I doing? I'm living my best life.
Amen, dude. That's the best thing we can do in 2020. So we are glad to be back, and we're glad to be with a great friend and amazing DJ.
I feel like it's been like almost a year since we've seen you, right?
A year?
It's been a bit.
Yeah, it's been like a whole year. Wait, okay. So I mean, a year. I mean, is in 3 days.
Yeah, probably like 3
Yeah,
days.
Yeah.
It's been about a year to me.
I feel like this pandemic has made everything go like maybe 3 months per day, like in like perspective of time based off of having 100 choices of things to do a day versus like, okay, I have one if I'm lucky. Like if there's one thing to do today, it's like, oh my God, like
Yep.
what? Something's happening? And then you get 4 more days where you're just like, okay, like I can go to the bar.
Yep. Pretty much, dude. It's been an interesting time.
been
Like
an
literally,
adventure.
it feels like all days are
Full
just
adventure.
all days are just one day, but you just have some naps in between.
True.
Like,
Well,
pretty
I
much.
have open eye naps where I'm just sitting there like not knowing what to do, or I'll be awake for 3 hours just looking at the wall. Like
your
That's-
brain's just like,
I feel like that's a description of the
Turning.
pandemic where there's like you have all these things to do. Where I'm like I would do 3 to 4 things a day where I'm going to A to B to C to D, and only a tenth of those things are open. So I have like 1 or 2 things out of the 3 days that I can do.
Yep.
So the other times in between, I'm literally just thinking like, what am I gonna do? What? Like, and literally, you know, it comes into like where I'm going, getting back into gaming, finding other hobbies. Like, I'm falling back into things that I stopped doing because I really enjoyed going out and being involved in social activities, but those things are not available at the moment. Which not saying I'm upset about, because it's, you know, everybody should be safe, everybody should be practicing, you know, social awareness in general.
yeah,
But your normalcy getting shifted from A to B is still like a total mind F.
yeah, dude. It
Like-
takes a toll on you, dude. It's been tough to cope. Like, what have you been doing to this pandemic, or what have you been doing to stay busy?
Sane.
Yeah.
I've just been working on music, you know, mixing. I still have a job, so I go and do that during the daytime, and then come home, come home, play video games sometimes, work on music, and just hang out. That's pretty much how I've been.
You don't
just
have to tell
coping
us
with
like
everything.
where you work or anything, but what kind of a job do you do? Like what kind of work do you participate in for?
No, I work with food.
Okay, so you're like a cook or?
Yeah, I'm a
Oh, yeah.
manager.
Oh,
Nice.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, that's dope.
That's
Without-
super cool, dude.
What kind of food do you manage? Like genre? That no.
Pizza.
Ooh.
My favorite food.
Honestly,
Oh, yeah.
same.
It's my favorite
That's
thing
so
to hear.
fitting for tonight.
Yep.
We'll have to talk more about that later. Because I'm gonna have to come visit. Because you know, I like to eat pizza literally at least 3 times a week.
I mean, pizzas, you can never go wrong with pizza.
It's part of
Yeah.
my food pyramid. And
Yep.
honestly, if I was to write out a food pyramid, pizza would be an actual food group.
Yeah,
in
it's like
food
one of the
pyramid.
5 of mine, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Because I like on core like eating habits where it's like, oh, I don't want to eat. I'm having a hard time eating today. You know, just not hungry. I can always eat pizza. Like I could be literally feeling like I didn't want to eat anything at all, and someone brings a good-looking pizza in front of me. I'm eating 2 pieces right there.
Yep.
Like no questions asked.
Somebody brings a good-looking pizza in front of me, dude. I'm gonna act up. I'm gonna act up, dude. I'm
Yeah.
gonna smash that pizza.
I'm unhinged.
I get unhinged. I get fully torqued, and I just clap that crust.
Going down.
Shit, dude.
That's very provocative verbiage for pizza.
It's honestly the way I feel about pizza. I feel like it just makes me happy deeply.
I understand that.
Yeah. I worked at Papa John's for a bit. We had
All
Papa.
safe.
We had a Papa guardian angel like at our backs, making sure that we gave the best customer
He had
service.
cameras in his eyes.
He did. Yep. Papa
Really?
John himself. I mean, I bet he does. I bet he's not human. He ate 40 pizzas in 40 days, dude.
Oh yeah, he did do that.
Yeah.
That's not that hard. What?
He was so sweaty, dude.
Oh,
He was giving this interview because he got fired. You saw that whole
Uh-huh.
thing with Papa John, right?
No.
Oh, we'll tell you more about it later. But anyway, he got
news to me.
fired from Papa John's.
So Papa John's is not Papa anymore.
No,
he's not
no,
the Papa.
No, he's not the
John's.
Papa. Now they're doing. Now
he's not
they
the Papa.
got rid of his entire legacy on the website and every like advertisement, and now they're doing Papa John's, but PAPA, like it's an acronym.
Do you guys remember the Christmas song for Godfather's Monkey Bread for Christmas time, where they had this whole like jingle that they had for their Christmas monkey bread they had?
No, I don't remember.
I was literally, this is just a random memory coming back from talking about advertisers for pizza.
Yeah.
And I was literally probably like, I was 4th or 5th grade. Like, it was so long ago. And they had this song, and they had the dude that did all the Papa John's commercials coming to my elementary school. Or not Papa John's, but Godfather's, like the Godfather looking dude that they had in all the commercials. Like, he came into our school because we would get like pizza lunches from Godfather's for like academic awards or whatever, if we were being like good citizens or like the citizenship award or whatever. And came in this one time, and I remember one of our homies was singing the song to him, and he's just sitting there like trying to act all like mob like, and he's just smiling, just cheek, like ear to ear smiling, because he's just like, yo, I know you from this commercial. Start busting out in song, singing the Christmas commercial. I'm sitting there like, oh my god. Also, kind of sidetracked, but one of my friends that day, same day, they had these pretzels that you get at like from the school lunches, right? And
Yeah.
they'd have just a ton of salt on them.
Oh, yeah.
We literally could just like dust the salt off, and
Yep.
they'd still be too
It was
salty.
amazing.
And I had a friend who literally piled up all the salt from everybody's like bins and had like, I want to say one of those like little like paper lunch tray like things that you get food in. Like it was like the whole bottom with like a 1/4 inch full of salt, and he ate the whole thing for money. And he got it down for maybe like a minute and a half, and then puked up everything right on his, like literally filled his tray up with puke. And literally, it was a full lunch table, so there's 20 people. I'd say 14 of everybody tray up at the same time, gone. Like everybody's like, and I'm going to recess. Like,
Oh
nope.
my goodness, dude.
Boy got his money though. So
Yeah, that's a
props to
legend.
him.
Yep. I know how that goes, dude. Reese's Feet Taco. We got to get like
Best $20 I've ever spent.
Yep.
It was hilarious.
The pour something on Reese's Feet segment is always it's a
We're gonna have to
classic.
do pour something on Matsunami Corp's feet.
He could, with those
can't
feet,
hear
we
us
can
right
make
now.
some money.
He can't hear us right
Money
now,
off
but
those feet.
he would totally object to this very heavily.
He'll be our new feet that we do on Patreon. $5 a month, you get a Matsunami foot pick. The CEO himself.
Oh, no.
It's just so much better that he's
I'm gonna
in the
make him
middle of
watch
the
this
game.
afterwards.
Right?
That would be great.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'd pay $5. I'd pay myself $5 to watch. Like I'd lose money to taxes so I could pay that, or so I could just be
Just give
subscribed.
$5 to Riley, be like, here.
Yeah, here. Now we need to shoot.
Can you take
We
your
need-
sock off, please? I don't even need pictures. Can you just take it off? Like, just let me look at your foot.
God, dude. I wish it was that easy.
It might be. You ever tried to give someone a $5 for fucking just a peek at the foot?
I've never done that.
So you don't know if it's easy or not.
True. If somebody paid me $5 to look at my
Do
foot,
you know
I'd
how
be
much
like,
girls on Facebook sell foot pics for stupid cheap?
it's like true. And they could make like $25 a pic, probably.
I mean, that depends on how their feet look. That is a very
Depends on the feet.
broad statement you're making.
With these puppers,
We're talking-
make 15.
Nah.
10?
Yeah, I was gonna say 10. I was
10?
gonna say 10.
I'll take 10.
I say it's a $10 foot.
Yeah.
$25 foot. You're like talking about a pristine petite foot, like with like perfect toenails, like perfect symmetry.
Yep.
Like
I
all-
like how you're just like holding up the foot itself. Like it does deserve.
It's good. It's on a
It
pedestal.
would be on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking $25 foot pick, bro.
And on that note of Facebook foot pics, what made you get Moose as a name?
Moose has been my nickname ever since I was a kid. That's what my mom calls me.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Does your mom have like a backstory to your nickname?
No, I asked her why, and she's like, I don't know. She's
That's
like,
just like one of those things where she was just like, saying your name, and it was just something that came, like when you're baby talking to your kid, and she's just one of those things where you're like making up names, and like it's almost just like cutesy talk to your kid.
Yeah,
you know?
pretty much. That's how pretty much how she told me that's where it came from. Because I asked her, you know, like why Moose, and that's pretty much you know what it was. And then as a kid and growing up, I was like, you know, embarrassed of it, you know, because it's something that your mom calls you.
Yeah.
And then when a bunch of my closer friends got, you know, hung out with me and my family and shit.
Yeah, and they heard it. They're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, and then they heard it, and then they started calling me it, and I was like, "All right, it's fine if they call me it."
Yeah, started catching on in like your social life and everything. Yeah,
and then
that's
so I
awesome.
was just like, "Bam!" I just landed on it. So
Thanks, Mom.
yep.
Shout out to
Dude,
moms.
hell yeah, shout out to
the
moms.
moms.
That's perfect. Yep. That's actually really interesting. I just didn't. I guess I wasn't sure what to expect from the origin story of Moose, but that's really interesting. That's super cool.
Yeah, not a lot of people know it.
Yeah,
So,
that's cool.
That's sick.
I have a question actually too. So first, it's kind of like a two-part question. First part of the question would be, what is your favorite kind of music to make as a producer, and not based off of listening crowd of town or like where we play music at here, but what is your favorite kind of music to, you know, listen to and break sounds down and produce for? And then also, how well do you think that transitions into our scene in town?
I like producing like a bunch of like UK style like garage and like house that has that like bass to it still.
Yep.
Like it has like,
So
you
like
know,
a bass house cross kind of,
Yeah.
like on for the most layman term possible, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. And so, you know, that's what I love producing. You know, I love like the most famous, you know, garage sound is the like, you know, it sounds like it's in like a tube.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the best way I can
It's like a
explain.
tunnel sound,
Yeah,
basically.
like a tunnel, like in like a, you know, like a PVC tube or something. You know, I love that sound. And so like I love using it, and I always just try my best to, you know, keep it going and
Incorporating that as into your sounds when you're making new music. Oh,
yeah. Yeah, just like that classic, just garage sound is pretty much what it is.
And I was
cool.
hoping you were going to say that, because now, how well do you think that incorporates to our scene, and what's your opinion on that?
Definitely the bass in the scene, you know, but when I do go out and I do play garage sets, like my house sets, a lot of people do like enjoy those like more than my dubstep sets, which is like pretty crazy.
That's super cool.
okay, and that leads me to more questions already. I love that. That's why I really have liked all of your sets. I've only seen you play like 2 or 3 times, so
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
absolutely, bro.
I feel like that's the goal too. Like it's easy to sound the same as other artists too. The importance of having your own sound, I think, and like I think it's so fulfilling and so satisfying to have people that are vibing with the music that you create. Like even though it might not fit into other things, like there's a song about geese attacking, and like that's the latest song we released. Like that's not normal, and it's got some like interesting grooves to it, but like when people vibe with that, like at the show we just played, like I was so happy. Like that's so much more fulfilling to me, like just to like make your own thing and people vibe to it. But it's also scary too, because it's like there's a level of worry, like what if I play this song that I've made and people don't like it? Then it's like,
Yeah, I mean, like I feel
I'm
like
just gonna
in
sit there,
every
like-
scene there's a comfort zone for musicians to create music in, and they can, like, everybody has their own flavor in that comfort zone, but like to take your personal agenda and step it outside the comfort zone is a whole nother adventure. Like it's one of those things where it's like, as soon as I'm stepping into a different area of music sound that I don't know if people in town like, based off of not seeing it exposed, like that has to be scary. Like there's some comfortability or some normalcy in seeing, like, okay, if I'm making a dub song, I have a better chance of everybody liking it because I know everybody likes dub. But if you're reaching out and being like, okay, I'm making a house song, okay, I'm making a techno song, okay, I'm making a drum and bass song, like you're reaching out to a specified audience, and only a specific amount of people are invested enough into the EDM scene to be reached out, especially like drum and bass. Like that's something where it's like, if I didn't know about for the longest time, and I would say until like the past year and a half where I started really listening to it, and after knowing more about sound creation and how everything is put together, like drum and bass sounds so like technical and so well put together, but if you don't know sounds, you don't know how to break sounds down as they're put together on top of each other, drum and bass just sounds like noise to some people. And I totally understand that, but it's like your ears have to get trained to hearing sounds apart from each other because drum and bass goes so fast. Like there's no spacing on most of those sounds. And when there is, like deep dub like that is on like this right borderline of the safe square, like where it sometimes can be outside of the safe zone, but like say like Peekaboo or like Calcium where like they run some of their lows so hard, but
or like
also,
Taboo too.
Yeah, like their actual dub drops are so safe and so well put together that it's like even though they're drawing out some of their low sounds, it literally meshes so well. But it's very easy to slip outside that box with that because if you make one sound transition improperly, it's like I feel like it stands out more because if you go from say 5 seconds even of like one sound consistently and it goes in and out to something else, if it's not really on key for your transition, then you're going to notice right away because your ear's literally being rang out with one sound and then all of a sudden you're getting a differentiation back into something else. So I feel like it's touchier, but there's a lot of I don't even know the word. There's a lot of
space to be creative.
That's the word I was gonna say, but I was trying to think of a different one. That one works.
Yeah. It's just really interesting, and like I always want to make anything that I make. I want to make it unique, or like at least have like I'm not motivated by a track unless it has something like a concept behind it. Like literally all of the songs we've made have had some type of concept, and all of them have been creature attacks, but still, like it's still just been a concept behind it. Like that's what I need to get me going.
Oh,
it gets
and I
me
mean, like
goosey.
you think about like some of my favorite big like dub artists or like experimental dub, like say Ganja, like all of their songs are like some of their visuals that they do at their shows where they have like their own character that they've created
so
and they
beautiful.
do tell stories with the characters that they've made. Like to have that much understanding of the songs that you're making to the point where you can make a visual art, mini skit with your song, like you can tell that there's there's so much inspiration behind the songs that they're making, and I'm trying to think of someone else who were like say Excision, like where some of his visuals, like I know he's a really big artist, but like my first Excision show I went to, like where I saw him play so with the cat visual, RoboKitty, yeah, his animatronic cat that literally comes on the screen after all of like dinosaur robots and everything, etc. Like all these different, like he's in this floating robotic stage that's shooting lasers at everybody with the lights fucking strobing. It's just so much intensity, and then like all of a sudden it just like slows down. You just hear the build up for RoboKitty start, and then you just see this giant robotic cat pop up on the screen. It's like just like looking at you, and you're sitting there like, oh my god, what is going on? Yep. And everybody's so lit, and it's the first time I ever even heard this song. So I didn't even hear the song previously to hearing it live. So I'm just like, what is going on? And everybody's like freaking out, screaming, and just hear RoboKitty, and then everybody's just like, you can hear everybody screaming with the song, and then it starts dropping, and there's all white light just thrown everywhere, and this cat is just like stomping towards you at the screen. We're just like, oh my god. Like literally they've taken a robotic kitten and made it into its whole like adventurous experience. Like where I'm sitting there like I had no idea what was happening. All of a sudden I'm getting charged by this giant animatronic cat that's meowing at me. And
I love
there's only a handful of like another one, Snails, when he had his 3D projections at Sokol, when he had the snail robots and stuff fighting in front of the stage on the projection screen. Like I'm standing, I can see him playing behind it, but there's literally like this giant electro staff robot fight happening in front of him like while he's playing. And I'm just sitting back there like, I saw advancing. I'm just like trying to see everything that's going. I'm like, what? How did they do that? And I think that's the only 3D screen we've got in town that I can remember at least, where they did like an actual a translucent projection screen like in front of the DJ, and it was like the creativity that they have to do visuals on top of the songs, and like just thinking about how much they've had to have thought out this like the ideas of their songs to create these visuals. It's just like wow, like they're not just making these songs and naming them. They've literally had a whole energy behind the song the whole time, and then they've been able to create a whole secondary, like third dimension story about it and put it into, you know, enough to the point where a graphic designer can make the whole thing and project it so well. So
Yeah,
that's just crazy to me.
it is. I completely agree. Yeah, creating music with a story is so interesting. And on that note, we would like to go to a quick sponsored segment brought to you by Matsunami Corp,
First and foremost, number one sponsor.
our favorite sponsor. He's always been there from day one. A great CEO, owns many products. Second sponsor, we would like to also thank Anchor, the podcast platform that we all use. It's fantastic. They distribute to a lot of other platforms online. And also Teespring, because they have our merch. teespring.com/store/the-branded-bus. You can get your leggings, you can get your hoodies, you can get your shirts. We're about to have some new Goosebump merch dropping. A little bit of Goose merch. Get you goosey.
I'm gonna get my first and second logo like hoodies together.
You heard it here first, folks. We're gonna have some new stuff coming, and it's gonna look good. And if you want to see me in leggings shaking my ass, it's at the end of the last 2 podcasts ago. Yep,
It was more than that. It was like 4 podcasts ago.
might have been a few podcasts ago, but
It was me, Zach, and Storm God himself.
yes, Stormy, and
It was about 3 podcasts total with just me, Zach, and Stormy, so it was one of those 3.
Yep.
100%.
with that too,
That's all I can confirm.
we
That's
have
all that's good for.
we have a new song coming out on a new artist label. So we've got under Bus Republic Records, we have Boss Bus, and we also just announced Bus Boys, our like hip hop R&B collective group. So check that out. We have a single coming out on October 9th on all platforms. It's called Kiss and Tell. So I'm singing.
You
So
are singing. And you're
that'll be
singing
interesting.
well.
Oh,
Quite a bop.
oh. You heard it here. It might be a bop, but you should
It's
go
a
pre-save it. It'll be fun.
It was one of the only times I've had someone show me a song locally, and I woke up 3 days later after hearing it, and I was like, it's stuck in my head. Like, the first thing I'm hearing in my head in the morning, I was like, no way. Like, I had to text homie right now. I was like, usually I wake up, listen, you know, I always wake up with a song in my head, but I was like, it's one of those things where it catches you off guard. I was like, wait, I can hear my homie's head, like voice in my head, like first thing in the morning. Like, I feel awkward, but also like I have to tell homie because I know he'll be flattered. Like,
Yep.
dang.
Yep, that made me so happy, dude. Is there anything you want to plug? Anything? What do you got going on?
shows, song releases.
Anything
What do I
you
got
wanna
going
announce?
on? I'm working on an EP right now.
Ooh.
So that one's gonna be fun. It's I've been on some like Neon Tokyo like Akira type of kick lately, so
Nice.
like it's gonna have like
Do you have
that
a
kinda,
title for your EP yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So it's still in the works, but
Cool.
that's what I got going on.
Do you have a number of songs? Do you have an idea of how much you're trying to put out on this one?
It's probably gonna be about like 4 or 5 songs.
Ooh.
Just
Oh, yeah.
something,
Oh, yeah.
something small.
And it was for an EP, 4 or 5 songs is like on
That's-
the big end.
yeah, that's solid.
Because
That's
EPs
good.
go 2 to 3 sometimes too. So
Yeah, that's true.
I say 5 songs is probably the biggest before it gets like sometimes people release albums with like 7 or 8 songs. So hell yeah, a lot of new stuff coming out from Moose.
Yep.
You heard it here first.
Yes. Check him out. We just played a
Do you have
show.
a Facebook page you want to plug? Like,
Yeah, you could. My artist page is at Moose M00SE in all caps.
sweet. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Go
All the boys.
like it. Go like it. We'll know if you didn't. We'll be
True.
upset if you didn't.
True.
We'll be
Mhm.
watching.
Yeah, we will. We just played a show this past weekend too, and Moose and I went on separate stages. He was on the top floor, I was on the bottom floor, but we both got to play at the same time. And even though we played at the same time, I got to catch a few minutes of his set, and it was fire. He killed it. So definitely check him out.
Shout out Baystat for hosting the party.
Yep. Vincenzo himself, as he said.
Oh yeah.
He came out that night, Vincenzo. Thank you to that, and we look forward to doing more things in the future. So keep an eye out for more announcements. And now I'm thinking, if it sounds good to you guys, we move on to the King's Cup segment.
So when it starts getting spicy.
Yep, let's spice it up, gang.
This is drinking
Nice.
game time.
Nice.
So I'm going to remove this, replace it with this. So, if you want to go ahead, draw the first card, we'll go from there. 4. So that's floor. So you have to touch the ground faster than the other people. The last person to touch the ground has to drink.
Others.
So there's that one, and then there's 7, which is heaven, and that's the opposite. Like you just have to raise your hand as fast as you can.
So 7's the opposite.
Yep. So you just announce it, and then you're like, whoop.
That's waterfall, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So waterfall is if once I start drinking, Zach starts drinking, and then you start drinking, and Zach can't stop till I stop, and you can't stop till Zach stops.
Let's get it. Cheers.
Cheers, boys. Yeah, we're just gonna finish it. I saved myself a drink for the next round in case
Refreshing.
those 5 shots at the liquor store are not gonna help.
4.
Oh, that was me. 10.
That's
Categories. So,
What would you like to
whatever
pick?
topic you'd like, Miss.
Let's do food.
Food? All right, you
I like
start.
that one.
Tacos.
Spaghetti,
Cream cheese.
Pizza.
lasagna.
Spaghetti.
I just said spaghetti.
Yep.
That was the first. That's my favorite food. That was the first thing I said. It'll be the first thing I
How
say.
dare I? I can't believe I did. I can't believe I've done this.
It literally was in the first 5 seconds. It
Right.
was funny.
Yeah. I just, my brain was like, nope. My brain stopped.
4. I lost still.
That's 3 4s. Oh my goodness.
We're not going to touch the floor much anymore.
Right? 7.
That was me.
Cheers.
Wow. We're getting some exercise today.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm doing water aerobics at the YMCA.
Right. It's like,
Pick another.
yep.
Check go.
Alrighty. 6.
So that's normally chicks.
It's a free card.
Yeah, so
So
that,
you're safe. It's a safe card. Oh, that's why I decided to.
it's karma.
3 is me. So if you get a 3, you have to drink.
Yep.
2 would be you, so you get a pick. But 3 means you're fucked.
Yeah. Categories. Again, I need to redeem myself. Let's do fast food. So like a subsidiary of food.
So
Yeah,
it has to be
like
chain
fast food
restaurants.
chains. Yeah. It can be like no.
So it has to be
chains.
so chains or drive-throughs only.
Chains, drive-throughs.
Both. So
Yeah.
it's, as long as it's like corporate chain, it's okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll start McDonald's,
Burger King.
Wendy's.
Taco Bell,
Taco John's.
I was thinking that one too. Sonic.
Chick-fil-A,
Cane's.
I was thinking that one too. We're brain synced right now. Culver's.
Arby's.
In-N-Out.
That's a good one. Whataburger.
Amigos.
Amigos is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of one. I'll drink.
Okay, 5. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nope. Mind blank.
Yeah.
I only had one more. I think it was.
I had a bunch.
I
I
can't
eat
even
out way
remember
too
what I
much.
did have.
I had 5.
Wendy's was
guys.
already said, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I
I
would have
said
lost
Wendy's.
anyway.
5 Guys. Qdoba.
Sonic.
Chipotle.
Oh my god! I think of everything
Pepper
after the
Jacks.
round is over. When the pressure's on, I'm off.
Schlotzsky's, Panera.
Like Fazoli's.
Yep.
That's still
Olive
fast
Garden.
food. I do want a Red Lobster drive-through. Not even like a call ahead. I want literally
Like
like
a window, you can stop
yeah.
it.
I want to pull up. I see the
I
menu
want
and I'm
10
like,
orders of your cheese biscuits.
Yep.
That's all I want.
I will take that. I will take an endless pasta, and I will come back in 5 minutes for a
What I
refill.
want-
Like,
They have their huge seafood plate that they have. I forget what it's
oh,
called.
it's like the Admiral's Feast or something.
Yeah.
like that. That's what my mom
The
gets every
Admiral's
time.
plate. It's
Yep.
like 23 or 25.
She gets
bucks.
that every fucking
It's
time.
so good.
Yeah,
You get
it
crab
is
legs,
good.
lobster. You get literally a little bit of everything.
Yep.
Some crab cakes. Like
Bomb.
if you're literally looking for some like quick like good chain seafood, that's like the only place I can think of that's an actual chain of seafood.
Long John Silver's is like,
I don't eat their chicken. I just eat their chicken. I don't eat their fish. No
there's
way.
Long John Silver's, but isn't there one other one? Isn't there like a bigger one that's not, it's more of like a sit-down restaurant? Or is that Long John Silver's?
It's not Long John Silver's.
There was one in Westroads, like the plaza of Westroads. There used to be a,
Yeah, there was Long John Silver's in the old food court.
yeah, no, not in the food court, like a separate restaurant. I can't think of the name of it,
TGI
though.
Fridays is over there, I think.
No, it wasn't that one. It was more like near the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, you're talking about the crab place.
Yeah.
Or is that Joe's Crab Shack?
Joe's Crab
Yes.
Shack.
Yes.
That is it. It's the Crab Shack.
That has good seafood, but I don't think they're open anymore.
No, they shut
No, they
down.
shut down.
Yeah.
I used to
So
work at
that was a good chain restaurant for seafood as well, but we don't get people didn't like seafood in the Midwest enough because we did no exposure. Like we're a beef state, so people get straight ground beef everything.
I
you
hate
know?
that we're
And
classified
chicken, you
as
know,
a
'cause we're
beef
chicken.
state.
Yeah, because I mean like we're also like a plains state. So like plains animals like chickens, goats, etc. Like easy to raise in our climate. So
I love hunting planes. Just like, and then like you shoot down an engine, and it's like
yeah,
shooting
you're
at
talking
my
about
rib.
you're talking about like Warzone where we're like shooting down the helicopters.
Or even just like to eat, like
Eating-
planes
yeah.
are alive.
Like a B-52, just
Yeah.
like shoot it
Yeah,
down.
just
and,
like shoot it down, hunt.
scrap the plexi off and just.
Yep. Yep, exactly.
That sounds delish, bro. Some
Dude.
teriyaki.
Yep. Oh my god. Don't get me started on
Plexi
that
plus
plain teriyaki.
teriyaki.
Yep. Plexiaki.
Plexiaki.
Yep. It's a new sauce we're gonna
That's an
create.
S-class dish. If you guys haven't heard it, you heard it here first.
You did. You did hear it here first. Nowhere else. 9, which is rhyme. So we have to say a word and
Fudge.
then rhyme with it.
This is my verse.
So fudge,
Budge.
Judge.
nudge,
I can't think of anything. Nope, I can't think of anything.
I had
Ludge,
2. I only had
gudge,
2.
trudge.
I had sludge and grudge. Those were the only 2
Ludge,
things
grudge,
I had.
trudge.
What's a ludge?
I think it's a real word. I'm 90% sure. I'll have to Google it right
It
now.
sounds like it's a word.
I
though.
think so, but trudge.
Yeah,
is
trudge.
Yeah,
Yep. Like
grudge
you're
is-
trudging through the
Yeah.
trenches. Yeah.
Yep. It's like a very heavy walking,
Yep.
a burdened walk.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
one of those
you're
I'll use.
2.
What was the first one I
So
said?
you get ludge. You get to pick who drinks.
Oh, nice. What was that?
I will take it. I appreciate it. So anytime we play together or at the same time, we create something powerful. When you combine a boss puss and a moose, you create a moose knuckle.
A big fat moose knuckle.
Yep. And the other day, when we were playing our show at the party, we created a simultaneous 3 a.m. moose knuckle throughout the entire house from top and bottom, and it just knuckled the whole place in.
Yeah.
It was
Ludge is a
perfect.
town, and it's not. It's not. An
Is it a
actual-
European town?
Yeah, it's not.
course it
It's
is.
not an actual dictionary word.
Dude, it was probably
your.
your European brain being like,
Yeah, it's not. There's a couple companies. There's some last names with it. Like it's not an actual definitive word in any written language. So
dude,
I
imagine
would
if my
lost.
name was Zach Ludge.
there's
Yeah.
some of the names out there were not just Ludge. It was like Ludge Weiger or like Ludge Weiner or just like that was just
That's
a pre.
German.
Ludge is a prefix, and from what I'm seeing for names,
Prefix.
yeah,
I'm a Ludge McGoogle.
yeah, basically, yeah. As long as there's a suffix afterwards, Ludge is literally just the front part of any last name I've seen.
Amen. Your go, Patrick.
Because Ledgewiner had the two dot I. It was German as
yeah,
fuck.
that's super German. That sounded so German.
5 is guys.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Burgers
boys.
and fries. Cheers.
Ooh.
I'm gonna grab you all these because I heard the sound that you guys might need them.
Mine's
Yep.
almost full.
I'm all.
Oh, yours is almost full. I'll put that
Trade me. I've literally drank 3 lemonades in a row.
Ah,
Just plain lemons.
Plain lemons.
Like, I love them, but like I want something different.
Queen, Patrick's favorite game. So this is questions. So everything you say has to be worded in a question, and it's only like single.
You can't
clause
just throw a
sentences.
question mark at the end either. It has to be
Yep.
like a legitimate like English
Do
question.
you like this game, Patrick?
Moose? Have you ever watched this podcast and seen me like this game?
I don't know if I've ever seen this podcast and seen you like this game.
I think that was a statement.
Dang it.
Sorry, I literally I lose 90% of the time at this game, so I'm practicing. I had to try so hard.
You did. You did well. That's one of the first times you haven't lost. The only time Riley lost when he was on the
I was
podcast.
really drunk.
Well, yeah, he was like, I was like, hey, questions, and he was like, bitch, and I was like, that's not a question.
You can't say bitch before a question that doesn't
No, he
work.
didn't say anything after. He just said that, and then started laughing, and then I was like, no, you have to drink. You got it, Moose.
My go.
Mm-hmm.
3.
That's you.
Yep.
3's me.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully all of you guys are playing along too.
So every time that it's you or me or pretty much any card we draw, all of you should be drinking.
Yeah, that's the hope at least.
Yep. Oh god, I don't like this.
Right?
Oh.
It's sketchy.
It's very
You
sketchy.
got this, Patrick. I believe in you.
6 is a free card this game.
Oh, it is.
Baby
Yep.
Jesus.
Oh, going with the undercarriage.
Yep.
Sneaky.
I love my gooch moves.
Another queen. Another queen.
Zach, do you hate me?
Do you think I hate you?
Have I ever liked playing this fucking game with this card?
Have you ever loved playing this game with this card?
Do I love anything?
Do you love me?
Am I your manager?
Is he my manager?
Is he? Are you managing him?
Am I managing anybody else?
Do you think there's one person else that you're managing?
Do you really only think it's one person else that I'm managing?
Do you think I've underestimated you?
Do you think I'm really that bad at this game?
Do you think I'm that good at this game?
Does
Do you-
Riley win most games in Warzone?
Do you think he's the worst at this game?
Do you think I'm the worst at this game?
Do I?
Is that plant real?
Have you smelt it?
Have you felt it?
Have you knelt next to it?
Have you smelt that one?
Have you felt that one?
Have you dealt the cards in this game before?
Have you ever worn a kilt outside of home?
Do you think I'm Scottish?
Do I have you misunderstood?
Moose, are we asking each other way too many questions?
You guys got me on that one.
I'm sorry.
You got exponentially better from literally every other
I'm
game
literally
to that
like
one.
40% less drunk than I usually am when we get this fucking card. I hate it. It's your turn, my guy.
Mm-hmm. Of course. It's the luck of the draw on the guess. That's King's Cup. You make a rule. You make whatever rule you like. If we break it, or
We
you
drink.
break it, we have to drink.
Yep. So whatever rule you make is law. Anybody who breaks the rule drinks.
Yep. So, like, for
That's
example,
why it's called King's Cup.
Reese has done, you can't make eye contact. We've done one where you have to drink twice. for every
Riley's
drink.
this little green man, so there's like a little green army man on the side of your drink. You have to take him off and put him back on every time you drink, and if you forget,
just
then you have
an-
to drink twice.
Yep, he's just an invisible man. You got this. Whatever rule you want to make. If we break it, if you break it, you got to drink. If anybody breaks it, you got to drink. You are the king of this land.
All right. How about we can't look at the camera?
That's a never.
Wait, if I look at it through the mirror, is that still looking at the
Yeah.
camera?
That is still looking at the camera.
Oh no, Riley, please let us know if the stream stops.
Got you, bud.
That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough.
I never look, so I'm Gucci. This
always
This
do.
is a rule directed at you.
You right? Oh my
It's
goodness.
my turn.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Oh.
You somehow did that perfectly.
This is karma for me smacking your hand. 3 is me, guys. If you're me, then drink the truly. How about the curse? I was like, I gotta stop cussing so much.
Oh.
I lose.
That was double karma. Oh my god.
I loosened it up with my flick of the wrist.
You did. That was a solid flick of the wrist, though. A second round of King's Cup featuring Moose, the one, the only Moose. So, let's go ahead and get into it. 9. Rhyme. Moose.
Goose.
I should
Truce.
loose.
Noose.
There's no way.
I had 2. I had recluse and caboose in my head.
Those are good ones.
Caboose is a good
I
one.
didn't think of any 2 parts. I was really trying super hard. I was like, if there's not any more 1 parts in the time frame I have, I'm done. Because I didn't have any ready to go. So I was like, uh-oh.
Speaking of moose.
Bam. Jack.
Oh. Wow, I'm surprised we haven't had this card yet. Never have I ever. Just 3 fingers.
This is the most informative round of this game that we play.
It's great. You can start.
So it's just never have it's basically
Have you? Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. You got it.
Let's see here. Never have I ever gone to the lightweight tent.
The lightweight tent.
The medical tent.
Oh, yeah. No. Nope. I have not.
no. Thankfully not.
I like that saying though. That's really funny.
That's a good name for it for sure. Never have I ever gone to a show before 2015. Sorry, boys.
Never have I ever been to Red Rocks.
I haven't.
Have you been to Red Rocks? I thought you went with Ava's.
No, we went to Pinnacle Bank in Brimsfield. I've been to Colorado at a couple of venues, but not Red Rocks.
I've always wanted to go to Red Rocks. It's sad that I have to say that as a never have I ever.
Our homie that we stayed with, his girlfriend was a security guard at Red Rocks. So
Nice.
yeah, she worked for the security company that did Red Rocks. She was actually one of the security at Pinnacle Bank for freestyles too. And she worked for an
Wow.
actual contract company that did security at all the big shows in Colorado. So
Hell yeah.
cool chick.
That's sick.
And never have I ever been to Colorado.
Really?
Really.
Wow.
You must go sometime. It is in a 10-hour driving vicinity. It's one of the most scenically beautiful places that we have close to. For us to border a state that has so many different good, visit landmark type things. You just go to Garden of the Gods, or you go to any of the state parks that are mountains. It's
So pretty.
It's literally nothing you'd imagine would be that close.
So pretty. Dude, I wish Nebraska, I wish the western half of Nebraska just went I wish it was literally Lincoln.
Well, don't get me wrong.
And then
the
Colorado.
Sandhills, the Sandhills are still really cool, but
Yeah.
you go from the Sandhills into Colorado and you see the Rockies, and you're like, wait, as I feel like a farm boy immediately, or I'm like, yo, I've been on the plains states
Yeah.
forever, and I get to this, it's gorgeous, like, you know, landscaping, green, colorful, all these gardens, and you get up through the mountain and you get to the top, especially during like spring or fall, and you start getting into snow, like just literally seeing climate change as you change elevation. Like that's not something you can even try to experience here. So it was just something where I was like, wow, like I can't believe I'm this close to such a interesting, you know, description of our environment. Because, you know, we're so, like, even though we're with climate change and shit, like our environment itself is so unpredictable. We go to somewhere like that to see, like, okay, the weather people will tell you the weather for this, you know, elevation, but like to be able to like, okay, see the weather change within 20 minutes of you driving up a mountain where it goes from 60 or 70 degrees all the way down to like freezing temperatures to hold snow, you're like, wait, what? Like, I don't know. It's just one of those things, like, as someone who's always been here and always grew up here, like, I didn't know that was possible. Even through going to school and things like that, that's not something they necessarily like talk about
you wouldn't
in detail,
it.
You know, to give you that information. So
that's crazy. Here you go.
I have so many mean ones. Never have I ever graduated high school. Shit talk myself, I have to do it every time. I was gonna say make music, but that's also just like a dick move.
Oh.
And that's not true actually, because I started making a song with Drew, so.
There you go. Yeah, true. Yeah, you guys
that
did.
house song.
Yeah.
So like Drew, our sound engineer, was like, if I ever want to make music, it's gonna be house. Like I love dubstep, 100%, but like my vibe is house music, hands down. So if I'm putting anything out, it's gonna be that.
House it up. Never have I ever lived in Nebraska my whole life. Oh, well, your drink, sir.
Nice.
Yeah, it feels like I have, but like I moved here when I was like 8 or 9. Illinois beforehand, and then Texas before that.
He got quite like categories.
Yeah,
He got
yeah,
never have
yeah.
ever. Back at it, boys.
Ooh, never have I ever again. That's good. I love never have ever.
I'm glad we dropped it to 3. We used to do 5, and it would take a long time.
It would be too much.
This segment would take like twice as long or more than
Yep.
all the other ones.
You got it, Patrick?
Never have I ever owned an Xbox One. Oh, sorry, Moose.
I did have an Xbox One.
I mean, I had an Xbox 360. That was my first big console gaming platform. I competitively played for Call of Duty 4 on Xbox 360, but like most of my friends played PS4 when that came out, so. Plus, they had free PSN at that point too.
Never
where it
have
was
I
free
ever-
online.
Never have I ever had a brother. I just haven't. It'd be cool. It'd be pretty sweet, but I haven't.
So you have siblings. You have more siblings than I do, but no brothers.
Yeah, 2 older sisters, but no brothers.
No brothers?
No, I'm the only guy.
I'm the oldest and the older brother, so
Same.
big weights on my shoulders. I feel like sometimes I feel like a very influential corner piece in certain people's lives where I'm like, okay, I have to like that's a huge thing on how I watch some of my behavior once I became less out of touch with myself, where I was like, I didn't know how many people or like how many or a specific person that I cared about was watching me so closely. So to see reflections of bad behavior of myself on someone like that I care about, it's like, man, I gotta really do better. Like it's one of those things where you're just like, man,
True that.
fucking up.
Never have I ever owned a gaming PC.
Aw,
No.
you snuck me from what I was talking
Yeah.
about earlier.
Yep.
Gotcha.
You got it, Patrick. Here you go.
Hate to do you like this, Moose. Never have I ever made a mix of electronic music?
There it is.
I knew it was gonna get both of you, but
The double time.
you hit me super hard there. I had to snap back.
That's fair. That's fair.
Mm-hmm. All
So I
right.
try to do as general as possible until it starts getting pointed, and I'm like, all right, like, let's go.
All right. 5. Got some guys. One moment. Cheers.
Cheers, Flores.
Good stuff.
Free card.
Yeah. We got to figure out something to do with that free card.
Make a new rule. We'll think about it for next one.
Move on.
2. Zach.
I'll take it. I mean, I couldn't deny it anyway, but I'll take it. Patrick. 2.
If that isn't instant karma, have you ever seen it?
Dude.
3.
Whoa! We all just had to drink one after the other. It's just.
Zach!
I'll take it. Again.
You get another 2, I'm literally gonna scream.
Dude. 3. So close. Me. You're shuffling.
6.
It's good, but
Free
it's
card.
yeah.
It's weird.
Mm-hmm. Like the 3 4s that we had in the first round. That's my truly. No, that's this one. I didn't hear it pop, but it's
Bizen.
like the babyest amount. Good ear though, but which is surprising for how loud you listen to your music.
Yeah, I'm deaf in all senses.
I think we got another. It's gonna like in just a second.
We're waiting for the crack.
No, not full crack. No, but I know it's gonna
Others
harder.
again, I'm literally Zach.
Oh yeah, we haven't made it yet. Yeah.
It is an 8, so you pick someone who, anytime you have to drink, they have to drink with you.
Yep.
Usually, when you play with a big group, anytime one person
do that.
mates, you can. The 8 will, like, the next person that mates, the other 2 cancels out. But we always just, like, if we all get mates, we're all drinking together.
Yep.
So.
It's basically like if you lose a round, it doesn't matter because we're all gonna be drinking anyway. Oh my goodness! Never
Yeah.
have I ever.
It's because we didn't get any of the first game.
Right? All right. Oh man. Never have I ever been to 515. I wish I did. I'm sad about it.
Ever? Like, any year?
In a year.
I feel attacked.
Dude, I feel saddened. I wanted to see Young Gravy so bad.
Never have I ever been to a show outside the Midwest.
No.
Is Colorado in the Midwest?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
I went to that show in LA. That rave with can't think of his name, but he does Chinchilla. Oh well, I'll think of his name in a minute. But,
Never
yep.
have I ever been incarcerated as an adult. Props to all
Good
of you.
stuff, boys. You know, we
Hats
did
off
it.
to everybody.
We made it thus far. Never.
Notice I made that specific because, you know, I was a bad kid. So.
Well, I'll go ahead and stop my next question then.
No,
I was
do
gonna,
it, do it,
okay, I
please.
was gonna
Send
say,
it.
never have I ever been incarcerated as a child or under 18.
Adolescent, like under
Adolescent.
Got me. This game is attacking me fully.
It is. It is.
He's gonna get me out on an accident watch.
Never have I ever played the new Call of Duty.
That wasn't an
I
accident.
have.
That wasn't an accident. He just wanted me. Zach, that means you drink too because you're my mate.
You're right.
Cheers, bud. Didn't matter either way.
Here we go. Oh,
And
Is
we won't get
that-
another one. This
is that the
fourth.
fourth jack?
It is.
Yep.
No way.
My shuffling sucks, guys.
No, your shuffling's good, but for some reason your shuffling just like loves putting cards together.
Well, it's a weird. We get this weird combination. Sometimes we get really like heavy one card draws. Sometimes we get literally randoms. But especially after the split, like I know I do the regular like, textbook shuffle, but after a split, you never know. Like someone splits after that, you know.
Let's get it.
Never have I ever been anywhere on the East Coast.
North Carolina.
Cool. I almost went on vacation to North Carolina, but it was like a random invitation to meet his new wife that I didn't know. He's like, hey, just come on vacation with us for a week and meet your new stepmom. And I was like, yeah. He's like, we're gonna drive down there for 12 hours, and you're just gonna have to sit in the car with her and her new stepbrother and sister. I was like, yeah, all right. Like that's not happening. All right. Never have I ever owned a motorcycle. Cool. 100%.
Never have I ever lost a game of questions.
Attacking me.
That's a double attack.
Never have I ever played Among Us.
Weren't you at 2?
No, yeah.
So I say, if you haven't played, don't put your finger down.
Yeah.
Never have I ever had a nickname that I've only heard from a parental figure. My own parental figure.
My
So
mom called me Zach with a ZAC, and I
Okay,
think that,
so-
or ZAK, sorry. So
okay,
that's,
but she's
never heard that
okay.
before. That's a nickname.
So
I'm putting a finger down.
you lose.
We gotta keep this game speedy, boy. We still have game to
Cheers,
play.
I'm your partner, so
Cheers.
Yeah, we got a game to play, boys.
but we didn't play on seal break. We didn't play on seal break, so this is gonna game gonna go a long time.
7.
Oh. Ace.
Waterfall. You start. You can screw us over if you need. You can do whatever you want. You can take the babyest drink of all, or you can drink your whole drink. Choice is yours.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I also do. Got it, Pat. Who you gonna pick? You gonna pick me again? Because if you pick me, you gotta drink.
Sorry, Moose. I was literally gonna pick Zach because he was talking shit, but I don't want to drink again. Zach, you're
why we're
saved
mates.
by my own mate.
Yep. Thank you. I appreciate you, Pat.
Oh.
I lose again. Podcast is over.
Yep.
We're done.
On that note,
Patrick loses both games. I fucking suck. Fuck you.